So finally, we are live now. Hopefully, we are simply creating this live stream that we plan to do more often. And because of a lot of numerous issues, I was not able to do it. I actually had set it up for last week, but anyways, we are here now. My aim is to basically be present and help everyone who is willing to ask any questions. That if you have any questions, concerns, things that you want to learn regarding your IT career, feel free to ask out. Like, ask any question. No question is too like dumb, so feel free to just go ahead. And in the background, I would be working currently on my latest course that I've been trying to create. So again, if you have any questions, feel free to ask out. I would be more than happy to answer any questions. Just go for it. And meanwhile, I just want to make sure that I'm going to be doing this more often, so a lot of other people, yeah, of course, they can also find their careers. So the question from Anurag is, after 1 year, how we can target Mang or what we need to learn? So that depends on your particular scenario. If you are already a software developer, I can give you the path. That number one thing is you need to spend at least 6 months preparing for Mang or Fang interviews, depending on your level of education, your years of experience. And if you are a fresh graduate, your main source of preparation would be just based on I would say lead code problems, because that's only thing that they are going to be concerned with, because you don't have any actual experience on working in real life, that what things needs to be done. Second thing is, let's say if you are already working in IT, which means depending on the years of experience, the system design portion is also part of consideration that you need to worry about. And third thing would be behavioral interviews, which in my opinion, you can learn it as you progress along. Now the thing is, number one, let's say if you're a complete beginner, you need to pay if you spend 6 months dedicatedly preparing for technical interviews like lead code and DSA problems, definitely you would be able to crack it. It will take some time, but you should be able to do it. But the thing is, difficult part would be getting an interview. No matter what country you live in, it's not very straightforward to get interviews for Mang companies. So that's why I would ask you that, number one, start with preparing for lead code problems or system design, depending on your years of experience. Number two, start reaching out to people who are already in Mang companies for referrals. Reach out to the recruiters, keep the recruiters in loop, because you can actually schedule interviews for at least 6 months. So that is going to be a good advantage for you. And if you need more resources, I can let me know in the comments. If a lot of people feel that, I can just create a dedicated video on how to get into Fang basically. So yeah, that's that. Now, second question is, hi, Akshat says, hi, I watch your videos for my placements and it helped me a lot. Happy to learn that. That's a good feeling, and hope you find my videos and stuff interesting. If you have any feedback, just please put it on my comments. I tend to answer all the questions, so that's good. Now, Challenge Mania is asking me that, good morning sir, I am currently doing an intern role, and role is to create own neural network model without relying on third party model. Will this internship help me get into AI related field? Definitely. I think it sounds like a really good input that you are currently working on. So I would just be actually more curious to learn from you, because I am trying to gain more information on the AI stuff. So feel free to share if you have any important good reading material or blogs. Actually, I would be curious. But yeah, definitely keep working on machine learning and neural network models that you are trying to create. That's going to be really helpful. One suggestion I can give you, if you can, start learn for Databricks, because Databricks, yeah, definitely it's very high in demand across North America. I don't know about the Indian scene, but hopefully it would be popular there too. Next, Suman is asking me that, can a BSS student crack these companies? Well, actually, when I used to work at Microsoft, there is an interesting person I met. That person has never cleared high school. Can you imagine, in the 8th or 9th grade, that person stopped basically doing everything that person was doing, and he was able to clear Microsoft. He was with Microsoft for 10 years, and he was in the position of a manager. So you can imagine, like, if someone with no education degree can crack such an interview, definitely if you are already in BSA, you should be able to solve like crack any companies. So yeah, go for it. Now next thing is, can you provide information about which courses are you launching? Yeah, so I am actually creating one massive course that is going to be like 60-hour course that would be posted on the channel freecodecamp.org. Now those who are not familiar with that, and in that particular channel, basically we would be doing bunch of different things related to DSA problems. So those 60 hours would be one stop shop for your entire DSA preparation, and I have left no stone unturned. Like, I have make sure that if you just solve that only one, if you just see that one video, you should be able to crack everything. And the reason I'm not going to post it on my channel and on the freecodecamp.org is because I know that they are doing fabulous work, and they can basically, my course would reach to much more people. Even though if I don't get any like financial benefits from it, it would still be worthwhile for a lot of people. So yeah, that's what I'm doing. Okay, now next question is from Rudresh. I'm having nearly 9 years of experience in Java backend tech stack. Please share some insight on how in-depth knowledge of system design and DSA needs to be to be prepared. So Rudresh, I think you have already been around the block. You have seen a lot of stuff. You definitely have great experience, so that would be a plus. I'm pretty sure that you must know a lot of people who are already currently working in Fang companies, so that would be an added bonus for you. Now what I would suggest is that instead of like, in terms of lead code problems, I think it would be around 30 or 40% weightage on your interviews. Mostly it would be focused towards system design component, because you're already in like a intermediate to senior kind of position, and you any company would be happy to have you over there. So hopefully you can basically just keep on looking at those kinds of positions. And I think that is the level of DSA that you would need to be prepared. So that's cool. Okay, now Amritanshu Singh has asked that, sir, do lead code solutions in C++? Like, I know I have seen this comment many times, and I just want to say that I'm comfortable in Java, so that's why I did my stuff in Java. Now imagine I already have like 300 solutions placed in Java. Now if I suddenly pivot to C++, it would be unfair to anyone preparing in Java. But only thing I can suggest you is, number one, C++ and Java are very similar languages. You can find the solutions very easily. Number two, I'm pretty sure that you must have access to my GitHub account. Just like reach out to that Java solution, paste it in like ChatGPT, Gemini, or any other chat bot, and it will show you the solution for C++, and it would be very simple to understand as well. So use AI to your advantage. Why don't you just like find quicker ways to learn? The only thing important in DSA is to understand that why you are picking this solution or this data structure over something else. Language, it just doesn't matter. So yeah, hopefully that solves all the questions. Next, Shubham is asking that, hello sir, one question answer please. Sir, struggling to solve DSA for past 1 year, solved watching tutorials, still none. Like, the thing is, Shubham, the only key is practice. You have to keep on practicing. I know it's easier said than done, but I was in the same situation as yours. Like, I knew nothing about DSA. I couldn't even solve one problem. I kept on solving them over and over and over again, and many times I struggled with solutions, but one day something clicked. And then when I see the question, suddenly I can relate that, hey, I should be using tree over here, or hash map over here, or 2 pointers over here in this situation. So the only thing you need to do is just practice. And I would recommend that when my 60-hour course gets published, I'm going to advertise it in my YouTube community like post. So yeah, if you are subscribed, I think you should be able to see it in your YouTube feed. Go through that video. I think it would be much more helpful to you. So hopefully you find the solution over there. Next, Bhargav is asking me that how to get a job in USA and get H1B, since there is a lot of like, if you are skilled, you are going to get a job. That's the end of it. Political situation can be this or that. Elon Musk can say one thing and Trump can say another, and Vivek Ramaswamy, and there are all of these names. They keep on doing like different things, but the thing is, Indians are killing it in US tech scene. If you have the skills, you should be able to find a job. I know it's easier said than done, but a lot of people have been able to do it successfully. So hopefully you can understand. And the other thing is, I'm not in US, I'm based in Canada, so I can't answer that. Challenge Mania is saying that yes, I'm currently understanding. That's good. So yeah, Challenge Mania, hopefully keep on doing it. It would be very helpful. Now Ria is asking me that, sir, I'm in 4th year. I got an offer from Capgemini, but I'm not satisfied. I want to enhance my skills, and I also feel DSA is really tough. Sometimes I'm unable to solve medium level problems as well. So Ria, actually you are in much better situation. Number one, you already have a placement at hand, so that's congratulations on that. Number two, if you are struggling with DSA, just keep practicing. And also, since you already have a job at hand, why not just work? That is going to look great on your resume. You are going to make some fabulous contacts. You should be able to answer a lot of things in your behavioral interviews, and also some system design component that way through your job. Capgemini, it's a very popular employer, so there are some like opportunities to move outside of India as well. So if you are interested in that. And speaking about DSA, the key is just practice. Yeah, many times it's going to think that it's going to take a long time and I'm not able to do it and whatnot, but yeah, if you keep on practicing and if you keep on giving interviews, eventually you would be able to understand and solve each of the problems. Now there is one thing I want to share with every one of you. Being able to solve the problem is one thing. Being able to walk through the solution in an interview is a completely different thing. You need to be in the zone. You need to communicate with your interviewer. You need to keep them up to pace and whatnot. They don't want to see a blank face, just like looking down for 2 minutes and not uttering a word. So keep on doing that. I think if you just do it, it would be helpful. And yeah, Suman, the 60-hour video would be coming in around 2 weeks on Free Code Camp. So I would be submitting it to them sometime in like early January, and then it takes like 2 to 3 weeks for them to publish on their channel. So it would be published on freecodecamp.org channel because it's a much bigger channel and I want my course to reach to like a lot of other people. So hopefully, it would be available within like 3 weeks. But still there are like there is also one more like 40-hour course that would be coming in next week sometime. So yeah, that too. But yeah, 60-hour video would be much better in my opinion. Okay, next thing is, I think Shubham, I already answered your question regarding like DSA. The only thing is just keep on doing the practice. And yeah, Amritanshu, unfortunately 60-hour video would be in Java as well. But yeah, you can find the videos for C++. Now, not only Dev is saying that, okay, if your resume is not being selected for interviews, you need to work on your resume. That is number one thing. But second thing is, you need to reach out to people for referrals. I know no one wants to no one sees that LinkedIn and request for referrals and then just immediately hops onto it. So you'll have to do some work, especially with the current economy that we are all seeing, that jobs are few and people are quite a lot. So you need to improve on your resume. You need to improve on your GitHub, because many times that is what gets you through at least your foot in the door. So if you're working on some personal projects, make them available on GitHub and let people know that, hey, this is something you are actively working on. Reach out to more people on LinkedIn, make a lot of connections, and whatever company you're applying to, like curate your resume. Also reach out to someone from that company asking for referrals. If you see a job being posted by a recruiter on LinkedIn, send a request to that recruiter and see if they accept. Just directly message them that, hey, I think I would be fit for this role. and let's see if we can make it work. Just make it brief, but make it direct, so you get great on point. Now I have now next question is from Suman, that is competitive programming helps to crack interviews and companies easily. I have my views on competitive programming. It looks great on LinkedIn if you are a competitive programmer, but the sheer amount of effort it takes to be good at competitive programmer, it's going to be like quite substantial. So if you have time at hand, and if you can make that investment, because that's going to be a huge investment. Being able to solve lead code is one thing, and being good as a competitive programmer, it's like 10 times different. It's like playing street cricket versus like a state level tournament, something like that. But if you can do it, it would be great. If you are a competitive programmer, you should be able to solve most of the company interviews easily, given you have good communication skills. Now, in terms of competitive programming, there is lead code, and then there is code chef, and then there are other platforms. You can pick and choose whichever you like, but hopefully it would be useful. Now, next question is by Chandan. He has 7 years of experience, and he wants to learn how to prepare for system design, high level design and low level design. Now, there is not one straightforward answer to it. System design is an ocean in its own. There are some good books that you can actually find. There is one book by Alex Zhu, like I think it's called System Design Interview. So that can be a good starting point. Next, there are some good videos by Gaurav Sen on YouTube. Like he goes over a lot of different case studies, so you can also check him out. There is one very famous Indian YouTuber I like. He only has like 15 videos, but they are golden. The channel name is Code Karle. If you can find him, like go through it. It would be a very good resource for system design interviews. And in my personal opinion, like I am trying to currently start working on system design problems. So I would be doing quite a lot of system design videos in 2025. So because I think I have done quite a few for DSA, now my aim is to start working for the 2025 like for the system design as part of my 2025 plan for my channel. So hopefully it would be worthwhile. Now Ayush is asking that how to crack Fang company. Like honestly, Ayush, it's not one straight solution. You need to be good at communication. You need to be good at DSA. You need to be good with system design. You need to understand what is currently happening in terms of trends. Many times, like if you are willing to do the hard work, you need a bit of luck. But you need to first work really hard, and then you need some luck. And then many times, even if you crack the Fang interview, sometimes you don't get an offer because of team matching process, or like economy shuts down and there are layoffs happening. So it's a very long and lengthy process. The aim is first, find any job you can. If you already have a job, spend dedicated like 4 to 6 hours, maybe a day, or like 20 hours a week across the weekends to start preparing for Fang. Don't say that, yeah, I'm only going to work at Fang. First thing or first aim is to build experience. So for that you need a job. So apply a bunch of different companies, get as many interviews as you can, and make sure that once you have a job, just keep on working or keep on applying at different Fang companies. Now I know that questions are a lot of them, and I'm going through them one by one because I want to make sure that I justify all the questions. So I think many people might have to be just a little bit patient, but I will try to go through all of the questions tonight. I'm pretty tired, but I want to make sure that I give justification to most of the people. Okay. Next question is, Challenge Mania is saying that yes, you are right. I attended the interview in Zoho. They gave me question of partition equals sum, but using math concept only and no recursion set. Yeah, exactly. Right. So Challenge Mania, you can understand what kind of questions you can be thrown at in an interview, but at least it's good. You are getting frequent interviews. So that's a really plus in your favor. Ayush, I will create a separate video on ATS friendly resume, how to create one. But that is going to come sometime in like February 2025. So hopefully, if you can wait until then, it would be good. But if you just search through Google, you can find like hundreds of blogs on ATS friendly resumes. So yeah, you can also do some research over there, research through that. Amitanshu Singh is like DSA one short video would be good. Amitanshu, once again, I want to do C++ videos, but it would take me like at least 2 full weeks to redo all of the questions and then just to do it in C++. I would much rather suggest if you can use AI and I'll go through my GitHub link for all the questions and then just convert them from like Java to C++. Then AI like ChatGPT or Gemini can also explain you how to solve the problem. Okay, now next question is Arvind is asking that how to crack a company like PayPal where we do for know what they ask for DSA round. Sorry. Where we do for know what they ask for DSA round. I'm not able to understand your question, Arvind. But I think maybe you are just trying to say that I don't know. I am not able to understand the question. If you can just clarify, Arvind, it would be good. Hey, Meet. Hi. Thanks for commenting on my live video. Next question is Mohit is asking how to become good at debugging and finding errors in large enterprise code base. And you work at SAP. Man, that's a challenge on its own. That's good that you are currently working at SAP because it's like pretty tough in my opinion, especially going through enterprise code. I know a lot of instances where I had to do all of these things, but hopefully it's all about reaching out to different people, trying to leverage Copilot if you are allowed to, and also see if you can read some documentation, because other than that there is no one straight answer, rather than just trying to brute force or try to find all the different paths. Because number one thing is, in terms of errors, the only thing is there are a finite number of scenarios where things can fail. Now that finite number can be long, but it's never going to be infinite scenario. So if you keep on going through errors one by one, eventually you should be able to solve each of the problems. So hopefully hopefully things will work out. Okay, now next question is developer is asking me that currently I'm working as a full stack developer. Okay, React, Node.js, MySQL. Thanks for sharing your package, but and 1.25 years of experience. When to switch is better? If I try to apply, then I did not get interview calls. Like the thing is, in my opinion, usually in your first job, try to stay if you can at least for like 1.5 to 2 years, because then you will build some experience understanding that how things operate and how things work. And along the same time, just keep on applying at different places, keep on interviewing at different places. If they ask you, because in my opinion, living in India is expensive. 3.5 LPA is good, but depends on which city you live in. So if you live in some place like Bangalore, it would be living on breadcrumbs, and maybe some city like mine, Ahmedabad, you would be able to live like a pretty decent life. So it depends on your scenario where you are. But in my opinion, just make sure that when you get an interview, be sincere to answer the question that why you are looking for the job change, because they would be curious if you try to change the jobs too soon. You can be straightforward that, hey, I'm looking for better compensation. I have learned these things in last 1 year and I think I'm worth more. Just like, don't say it that directly, but imply that you have the skills and you have the potential and you want to do something better with your career. So that's why you are looking for that better opportunity. And yeah, everyone understands that there are financial reasons for job change as well. So yeah, you can do that. Okay, now Mohit Sonwane asked that, oh, you recently interviewed at Meta and Experience, and their expectation is 3 to 4 medium questions in 45 minutes, which is pretty challenging. Any advice on how to excel that? Now, Mohit, number one thing, you already have an experience interviewing with Meta, which is pretty good. Even if you don't clear it, don't take it as a rejection. Take it as a step forward, because you are ahead of most of the people. You know what they are looking for. What I can suggest is start doing more mock interviews with your friends, or some Reddit channels where they will intentionally ask you like two medium questions, and try to ask you to complete them in 45 minutes, because it's going to take long time to be able to clear that. But the thing is, if you are looking at Meta, they are paying in gold bricks. So why would you not invest that time and effort and resources in order to try to clear that interview? So hopefully practice is the only key, but I would suggest doing more mock interviews, since you have already been through process and you are quite ahead in your game. Yeah, developer is preparing for Zoho. That's pretty good. Now, someone is asking that I'm solving an easy question and some medium questions, and I solve all linked lists, but I can't solve other stuff. What do I do? I mean, Suman, the answer is quite straightforward. Just keep practicing, my friend. That is the only thing I can suggest. Um, Also, COD is once again asking the video for C++. COD, I only do Java for now, and I plan to move to system design in 2025. So, but hopefully I have my coding solutions present in Java. There is GitHub link for it. You can go and check it out, and you can just ask any AI to convert it into from Java to C++. They're very similar languages. Okay, Arvind is asking that, hi Mohit, can you please share which topics you ask in questions based on your latest interviews? Yeah, Mohit, that everyone would be curious to know, since you already have an interview with Meta. Okay, Akhil, thanks for starting the full course on DSA. That's good. Treddy T is asking that he or she is a Java developer, and apart from core Java, what are the importance of advanced concept for an interview? Like, the thing is, um, if you are applying at a smaller company, they would be technology specific. So they would want to know that, hey, can you code in PHP or C++ or Java or whatnot? And for that, there are hundreds of sites that has like core Java questions or core PHP questions or MySQL questions or whatnot. So just go through the job description. When you have your first call with the HR, very clearly ask that what is the expectation from the company? That should I be better at knowing object oriented concepts and lead code and data structure, or should I be good at knowing Java or Spring Boot framework or PHP or whatever? And based on that, prepare for the interview. So yeah, I think, and many times HR and recruiter, treat them as your friend, because they are the ones who are looking to hire someone very quickly. They don't have time or resources to keep on interviewing different people. So hopefully that can be helpful to you. Okay, now next question is, Govind Raj is asking multiple times that if I clear if so I think what he's trying to ask is my playlist enough to clear DSA? In my opinion, it is. But the thing is, it's not only just being able to solve lead code problems. You need to be fluent in your communication to be able to walk through the solution from like one point to the last point and explain your thought process along the way, and be prepared for counter questions. So that is like the game of communication and DSA concepts. It's combination of both the things. I teach the DSA stuff. I try to, in my videos, I try to go through different approaches and thinking process, that why are we selecting brute force? What could be the improvement on the brute force? What is the better approach? What would be the optimal approach? What is our trade-offs between time and space complexities? These are the things I try to speak with all of you. And I want to make sure that you also you also understand that basically you can try to do the same things in an actual interview. Now, the only way you can good at doing that is number one, through mock interviews, and number two, through reaching out or giving a lot of interviews. Now, who has time to give a lot of interviews, right? It's difficult to get an interview in itself. So that's why I would say practice, prepare, and do the mock interviews. If you can do good mock interviews and you find like good set of friends, definitely it would be helpful. Okay, now Amritanshu is asking that can I give a brief short roadmap on what needs to be done, considering as he has done the basics of DSA till linked list and zero in development, I can solve easy problems till linked list. I mean, Amritanshu, you need to do more questions, to be honest, and you need to do or be able to solve at least all the coding, like data structures and coding patterns out there. So I think there is still a long way ahead. I'm sure you might be familiar with my Google list that I have created, so you can go and check it out, check that one out. If not, feel free to just basically reach out to my free code camp video that I would be posting in like 2-3 weeks. That should cover all the topics for you, and then you need to start applying for interviews and doing all of those things. So hopefully that in my opinion, you at least needs to put at least 3 months of work before you are at least ready with all the topics for Fang companies. So meanwhile, keep on applying for all the different companies. Hopefully that would be easier. Okay, next Karthike is asking that I am unable to decide my future in tech. Being a fresher, it makes me worried. I am in question between full stack and data analyst, but frankly speaking, both haven't engaged me in work. Please advise. Number one, Karthik, IT field is broad, exceptionally broad, and you need different set of skills and interests depending on your personality. If you are someone who loves to code and loves to solve problems, full stack developer is a great opportunity. But since you are a fresher, why are you opting for a full stack developer? Why not just pick like a back-end developer or a front-end developer and work your way through it? No one directly becomes a full stack developer from the get-go. You need to at least work somewhere and then work on the other thing. So front end and back end, both are complete different things. So pick a lane, whichever you like. Speaking about data analyst, it's a very lucrative field. There are a lot of opportunities, especially with the boom of AI, but understanding that whether it's going to be right for you, you need to work with a lot of data. You need to be good with like SQL, NoSQL queries, and then stuff like Databricks and Snowflake and all of these new technologies and ML models, and finding the meaning behind your predicted model and how you can improve upon that, and dealing with massive amounts of data. So that is also a very different skill set. I would ask you to at least look within yourself that what kind of personality do you have. Do you like to be on the creative side of things? Maybe UI and UX design can be your thing. If you are very analytical in solving problems and finding meanings from the data analyst it's a great place. If you are someone who likes to make things work, backend engineer with any language like Java, C++, C Sharp, PHP, Python, like those, there are multiple different options for you. If you are very good with people, maybe you can start thinking things from like business analyst point of view, or maybe like, I wouldn't say project manager, but typical like project coordinator or someone like that. So that's why decide what you want to do and start applying in that field. Okay. Yeah, next question is, it's Akhil Kumar Rajput. So he's asking that, hey, I'm working as a software engineer, experience of about 2 years, and looking for a switch. Currently working in full stack with Java. What can I do for preparation? Number one thing is, since you already have experience, so it would be good for you. You might know a lot of people, so at least you can also reach out for referrals, and that too. Now the thing is, in terms of preparation, it would be more like what kind of role are you looking at. If you have an interview lined up with Fang companies, I can suggest work on DSA, work on system design, improve your behavioral interview questions with star mechanism and whatnot. But if you have any other question, if you are applying for like a smaller position or a tech specific roles, at least you need to be that, hey, in Java, what are the new developments with the latest Java version? What frameworks do you know best? How can you implement them? What are the projects that you have worked on? What is your approach on starting something fresh and whatnot? So those are the questions that I would ask myself if I'm in your position. And basically, yeah, you also need to curate your preparation based on the type of interviews you get. So if you have an interview with some company that is very specifically looking or at like your knowledge base, even if it's not DSA thing, but they want you to become like a broader, more thinking from the point of view of system design kind of a guy, you need to prepare your interviews in that manner, and so on and so forth. So that's what I can suggest. Not sure if it makes sense, but yeah, that's my opinion. Now, Respect Bharat is asking me that what all topic needs to be covered in DSA for 10 to 12 lakhs per annum as a fresher. All. If someone is paying you 12 lakhs per year without any experience, you need to be good at. You should not be thinking that, hey, can I skip 2 pointers, or can I skip graphs, or can I skip try data structure? Just prepare all of them. If you are that good, you should be able to get 12 lakhs. Why 12? I know someone who as a fresher got job of 44 lakhs per annum as a fresher. When I asked that person that what did you prepare, his answer was whatever needed to be. He did not left a single topic. Why? Because he needed that job. So if you are aiming to get good compensation, why are you looking for shortcuts? Do you really want to risk your interview or the company that is going to pay you 12 lakhs per annum or maybe 20 lakhs per annum on a risk of they asking you questions from only 70% of things that you have prepared for? No. Grow up, man. This is not university. So don't ask questions that, hey, can I just prepare these 10 things and then get a job? Prepare all of them. You have time at your hand. Stop playing PUBG or Call of Duty or whatever you are doing. Just put some thought in your preparation. If you want to better your life, just prepare all the topics. Okay. Next question is, okay, Coding Dude is asking me that please tell how to get an internship. Ask a lot of people on LinkedIn and apply at a lot of companies, and hopefully also reach out to your seniors who already has gotten some internships or who are currently working. Maybe they can hook you up, but that's the only way. Apart from that, I think and also it depends on the country you are currently living in. Some places like North America, it's fairly simpler because of like co-op programs to get an internship or co-op, but some countries are much more restrictive in that. So and also lower your expectation. Don't be like, I need to be compensated this much because you are giving me an internship. The purpose of internship is for your own benefit first, so treat it as such, and keep on applying at different places. Now Mohit Sonwane has responded saying that for Meta, he has solved lead code top 200 questions for 6 months, and most of the questions were similar with little twist. No question is 100% same, but thanks Mohit for sharing that. Respect Bharat, that's what I'm talking about. Like Mohit did an interview with Meta. He prepared for 6 months. He solved 200 questions. Did he thought that let me just solve first 50 questions and they are covering like maybe 10 topics? I can guarantee you, even though he did not get a job, he might have covered all the topics, and eventually if he keeps on working on his grind, he might be able to make it. So yeah, I genuinely hope Mohit that you do it, but hopefully yeah, you should be able to do it. And coding dude is once again asking, please tell me all the steps involved. I think I explained you the process, man. You need to reach out to a lot of people, make really good resumes, and reach out to a bunch of different companies and recruiters, and directly keep on asking that this is what I wanted. They want to see that perseverance in you. I know it's easier said than done, but getting a job is not easy, and now you are in the real world. So yeah, keep on applying. Okay, Govindraj is asking that please cover case studies in high level design. We are expecting the same way like DSA. Yeah, I will cover case studies. Like actually my aim for system design interviews, I am going to create basically a question. I'm going to create at least like 100 different case studies of 100 real life awesome systems like Uber, Lyft, and Twitter, and Google, YouTube, and Netflix, and Amazon Prime. I'm going to cover all of them. So my system design playlist is going to be huge, and I intend to put a lot of effort into system design because I'm currently working as a solutions architect. So it would be a good opportunity for me to learn all of these things. And yeah, I would try to make my system design playlist better than what my DSA journey has been, because now I have also gained experience on the lead code front of things. Sorry, on the YouTube side of things, that how to make good, better videos, and that I learned through like a lot of trial and error. But I will make sure that I will cover a lot of cases. Okay, next question. Rehan Rubin Khan is asking that please give roadmap to get 10 lakhs per annum job. Rehan, your approach is wrong. Don't look for 10 lakhs per annum job. Make yourself so good that you would be able to crack that 10 lakh per annum job. Approach is quite simple. If you work at like the great Narayan Murthy, you can make 3.5 lakhs per annum as a fresher, right? Maybe 3.75. I don't know what the latest figure is. If you work for Mark Zuckerberg as a fresher, you can make like maybe 40 lakhs per annum as a fresher. It's your choice. What do you want to do? And both are going to require significantly different level of preparation on your end. So it's like asking a question to yourself, what is your satisfactory limit? And you would be able to find that answer. Yeah, hopefully that solves your answer. Now Govindraj is saying that yeah, my way of explaining DSA is awesome. Thank you so much. And yeah, I would be creating like high level design playlist soon. So hopefully that would be easier. Now Vinod Kumar is asking that where to find proper mock interviews for a data engineer. Like Vinod, YouTube is the number one place I would look at. Now second thing is there are some really good Reddit platforms like I think CS Career. I think it's called CS Career something on Reddit. I think that's really good. There are some good Discord servers as well where you can find mocking partners, like mock interview partners, and ask questions. So I would recommend you to do some research on Google that what are some of the good Reddit channels and what are some of the good Discord links for that CS. I think it's called CS Career Go or CS Career. Let me just find out the name real quick. Yeah, it's I think CS Career Questions on Reddit. So if you can find if you can ask that question over here, yeah, you should be able to find answers to it. I just pasted that in the chat. Okay, next question is once again Amritanshu. So shall I cover your one-shot video for theory and approach for C++ solution, or should I watch upcoming video on free code camp? Can't watch both. Yeah, you should not watch both, Amritanshu, because it's going to take a lot of time. If you are actively preparing, why are you waiting for me to complete the course and upload it on free code camp? I already have a bunch of videos present on my current channel. If you have time, prepare for that. The 60-hour course that I'm going to create on free code camp channel, the intent for that course is that first I will explain the topic. I will explain what that topic represents and what is the thought process, let's say for linked list. So I would explain what linked list is. what is singly linked list, doubly linked list, circular linked list, fast and slow pointer mechanism, how to detect cycle in the linked list as an explanation piece. And I would also explain when to use linked list. And then I would solve maybe like 10-15 lead code problems on linked list. That would be my approach for the 60-hour video. I have very similar stuff already on my channel present. So even when the 60-hour course hits, you can go and see that, hey, I haven't done like advanced graphs or dynamic programming. You can do it over there. It would be easier. But meanwhile, you can still learn and continue preparing with the current playlist I have, and also a lot of others have. I'm not just saying that I am the only teacher available on YouTube. There are like many YouTubers from whom I have learned. Like Neat Code is good, and then there is, I think, Clement is good. So yeah, you can reach out to them. Then there are some good Indian YouTubers as well. So definitely they are much better teachers than me. So feel free to go and check it out. Okay. Next question is, okay, Aurora George is saying that why is CodeMonk website where you sell your course such a ripoff? Nothing. I want to make this clear. I wanted to make that video. I have no affiliations with CodeMonk. I never received any money, and what they are doing is illegal, immoral. Do not go to CodeMonk Academy. Like, please stop. Like, what they are doing is they would go to YouTube, they would download my course and just put it on their channel, and they are charging people money for that. I saw a lot of people complaining about it, and it breaks my heart because I am a big believer in free education. Can you imagine if I wanted to make money like that? Why would I create a 60-hour course and put it on free code camp? Why not I just put it on Udemy or even like bloody CodeMonk? Why would I spend so much money and time making it available for free on YouTube? So please, 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 I have no affiliations with CodeMonk. That is number one. Number two, CodeMonk Academy, in my opinion, is the biggest, scammiest, worst website and worst kind of people, because what they are doing is they took my stuff from YouTube and then they just dump it on their website. Now, I don't want to get into legal things right now. Maybe in the future I might sue them. I don't know. But the thing is, I want to make it very clear. CodeMonk Academy is a scam. I am not affiliated with them. I do not intend to sell my course over there. And I would never sell my course on any other platform. I would always publish it on YouTube. So if you want to understand and see my videos, I'm a big believer in free education. And that's why I'm currently doing what I'm doing. This YouTube channel has given me a lot in terms of recognition and also betterment in my career. I have spent about 10 years in my career without knowing these things. If I had known these things before, it would have been much better for me. I learned them very recently, and I just want to make sure that I share with other people what I learned. And if one person gets a job because of my channel, that is all the satisfaction I need. By the grace of God, I have been showered with much more things than what I currently have. I have a very supportive, beautiful wife. I have beautiful kids. I live in a decent country. I am fortunate enough to get a job and all of these things. I feel gratitude of having all of these things, and I want to help other people grow in their career as well. So that's why I have this channel only available on YouTube. I don't want to make any money through selling shady courses or whatnot. I don't care what other people do, and what CodeMonk is doing is absolutely garbage. Please, 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 if you have bought any course with CodeMonk and using my name, just ask for refund, because I am not getting paid. I don't want to get paid. And sorry for all of this rant, but it's really triggering. And let me do one thing. Let me just clearly make one video. I would post it sometimes next week, that I am not affiliated with CodeMonk, and I'm just simply going to make it out there publicly available that they are a scammy website. Don't fall for that trap. Okay, next question is, I'm sorry, I lost the comments that I was going through. Code monk thing is such a trigger for me. Okay, next question is coding dude is once again asking me, please tell me a roadmap to get internship. He's a third year student, like he or she. Okay, if you are a third year student, I think you still have one more year to go. I would reach out to seniors who have already graduated or who are currently in their final year to see if they already has internship at hand. Ask for their advice because that would be the number one most fresh source of information on how they were able to crack it. Number two, if your college or university has any employment program or recruitment program, reach out to them that I'm looking for an internship. What are the resources available to me? How can you help me out? You are paying enormous amounts of fees. Why not just leverage it out? See if they can help you out that way. Next, start reaching out to people on LinkedIn that I'm looking for an internship. I'm looking for this. I'm a third year student. I have this experience. Let me know what I can do. I can do like free internship. So that would be like your way of building that communication with other people. And next thing I want you to work on is your personal self. Learn that new language, learn that new skill, maybe create a personal project, maybe create a game and publish it on Android app or iOS, make it available for available on GitHub, just as your personal project. Try to solve these problems because companies do not look for people who have like maybe 8.0 GPA or something like that. They want people who can get things done and who has shown that potential through your work. So since you are a student, you don't have much work experience, but you can do these kinds of things and build a portfolio. Like if I'm hiring and someone reach out to me and saying that, hey, I want to understand that how does an iPhone app works. I created a tic-tac-toe-go game and publish it on iOS. It's a simple game, iOS, but to be able to understand that he wanted to do that, make a plan and go through all the hurdles of creating and publishing an app on iOS, it's a huge deal. I would be impressed. Anyone would be. So why don't you do something like that on your career? And that's how you get internships. That's how you get jobs. That's how you get promotions and whatnot. So yeah, have the drive going. Okay, next question is from Amit Sharma and who has been spamming, but please don't spam. I would answer all the questions. So question is, he wants to become DevOps engineer within 6 months. Which technology should he focus on? Number one, Jenkins. Number two, pick any cloud platform, be it Azure, AWS, GCP. They all have their own DevOps pipelines. Start understanding that. Start understanding Terraform because infrastructure as code is pretty important. Start understanding how does Ansible works with Terraform. And for each of these that I mentioned, there are like open source solutions and there are also like cloud specific solutions. So let's say Jenkins is a building tool that we can use, but we can also use Azure DevOps. That is like an Azure provided solution. Same way we can also use something like Terraform that is for infrastructure as code. But if we speak in terms of Azure, they have their own like Bicep and ARM templates. So you can also use that. So yeah, it depends on the type of company that you are applying to. But mostly yeah, DevOps tech stack, it is always evolving, but the underlying scenarios remain the same. Number one, you should be able to have connect with the source code. So that is like Git, GitLab, Bitbucket, whatever. Then you need something to build your code. During the build process, you need something to run maybe like dynamic scans or static scans. So there are tools for like that, SonarQube or Mend. So you can learn that. Then once that code has been built, now you need somewhere to publish your artifacts. So maybe it's a Linux server somewhere, Windows server somewhere. How do you connect that? Once that is done, you need it to deploy to some either cloud or some on-prem servers. How do you also do that? And maybe put appropriate role-based access over there. So these are the things you need to work on or learn if you want to become a good DevOps engineer. It's an end-to-end process of taking the code from the dev environment and be able to make it production ready and try to automate as much as you can, and then you are a good DevOps engineer. Yeah, so that's just my opinion. Okay, next question is from Vijendra. Hello sir, I'm currently doing CP newbie. I'm in 4th sem, and I have very little knowledge on web. I'm trying for summer internships anyway. I think I just gave a lot of rant on internships, so yeah, that also applies to you, Vijendra. Hopefully that you can find that useful. Okay, next question is Amar is asking that I'm absolute beginner to DSA and lead code. Solved some patterns in Python. My question is, one, learn DSA and lead code, or watching your solution video to get an idea to solve on your own. Okay, Amar, number one thing is, first read the question, try to spend maybe like 5-10 minutes on the question, see if you can find at least one solution. Like at least try to find the brute force solution at first, and then see if you can make improvements to that. If after 10 minutes nothing clicks, maybe go and watch my solution, maybe try to find solution, maybe try to go for hints, something like that. But yeah, don't spend more than, if in first 10 minutes you don't find the solution, try to analyze the solution and see where you lack in your thinking process. And that's how with each question you would start becoming better. That hey, in this question I did, why I did not think of using array, or why did I not think of using hash map in this point. So that's how you become better at understanding DSA problems. Yeah. Okay, next question is Amar is asking that I'm an absolute beginner to DSA and lead code. Yeah, I think I just gave the answer. Sorry about that. I think I mixed two questions. Okay, next question is Jahid is asking that, sir, I'm an AI student. I'm familiar with Python. I'm currently learning machine learning and AI concepts in Fang company. How much DSA question they ask for data science or ML engineer role, and which language I learned DSA. I think now I can't say that for sure because I haven't applied for any like data analyst positions at Fang companies, so I don't know how that interview process looks like. So once again, I would recommend you seeing the CS career questions subreddit and ask this question. Someone must have gone through it, so you should be able to understand that what kind of questions they ask. If they do ask this question, and if you, let's say you wanted to prepare for DSA, you can solve the problem in Python as well, since you already know Python, and Python is better for DSA because it's less verbose. So you can solve or type problems quickly without using basically your what do I say, without using a lot of words, and you can type the solutions faster in Python. So yeah, that's good. Okay, next question is once again, okay, Jahid is asking, yeah, I think Jahid I answered. Okay, Avinash Jai is asking that how to cover lid, please ask. Oh, it's how to cover LLD, low level design. Yeah, so for low level design, yeah, number one thing, I'm going to be doing high level design for the system design problems, right? Next, for the low level design, whenever I'm designing a high level design system, let's say I design Twitter or Google. For really popular systems, I intend to make like longer videos where first portion would be focused on high level design, and in the later part I would explain that what does a low level API design looks like or database schema looks like. So it would be like combination of both the things. So when I plan to create the system design videos, that's why I said that my system design video, I intend to make them better than what my DSA videos has been, because for that I wanted to make sure that I would cover most of the topic for any case study that I explain. So yeah, I'll try to do a good job. Okay, and Mohit is saying thank you once again. Mohit, thank you for the acknowledgement. Archer is asking that sir, I was in 2024 CSE BTech Tier 3 college, passed out, no job in my hand till now. Some suggestion, please. It could be more helpful for me. Unfortunately, Archer, it's a sad reality that we currently live in. Jobs are few and applicants are many. You need to be better. So all the advices that I explained during like internship, how to get an internship, also applies in your case as well. Keep on applying at different companies. Reach out to your seniors. Reach out to more people on LinkedIn. Make better resume, and also start doing something on your own for your personal growth, even if you don't have a job at hand. In my opinion, like one of the best projects I can think of is creating and publishing an app on either Android or iOS, because it's direct, anyone can see it, and it looks great on your resume. You can also make like long LinkedIn post about it as well, so a lot of people get attracted to it and share your journey that way. But yeah, overall you need to do something different, man. Just cold applying at different companies would not cut it. And if you just rely on your education, I'm sad to say it's not enough for you to get the job. So yeah, please just make yourself more useful and learn more things. Okay, cinematic clips is saying that hello sir, I've applied many times in different companies, but at last they rejected my resume. I'm a third year student and good project, stock market. Just don't rely on one project. You can create projects on your own. Like Facebook was a personal project, and now it's one of the biggest companies in the world. So yeah, just also, if your resume is not getting selected, number one, either you are just reusing the same resume, which is not good. Number two, even if you are curating it based on ATS, many times it's very likely that your resume will get rejected. But I would suggest reach out to someone in the company and at least ask for referrals. Also reach out to your seniors, whom you know, and don't be shy in asking for help. If you ask for help, there is a chance someone might help you. If you never ask for help, definitely no one is going to help you. So yeah, hopefully that solves your problem. Anuj is asking that, sir, I want 4 5 hour video. I want 4 5 hour video on array, string, linked list, tag, queue for interview for 10 lakh company. I think for 10 lakh company I already answered this, Anuj. Overall, don't leave any topic. Let's say you want 10 lakh company interview. Okay, you are sitting in an interview and you have done like 10 topics out of 15 topics. What if just for that particular day that person asks you question from the remaining 5 topics? Whose loss it's going to be? Companies or yours? It would be yours. So why not just do all the topics? It's not going to take huge amount of time. You can do it within like even a weekend if you are smart. If you are not too smart, and again, I'm not saying it as a disrespect, because I was not too smart and it took me a lot of time to learn. But even if you're not too smart in grasping it in the first time, if you keep on practicing it, definitely you would be better than a person who is even smarter in grasping it. So yeah, just invest some time into it. You are asking for 10 lakh per annum. It's a huge ask, and they don't want someone making shortcuts at that level. Respect Bharat is saying that he's a final year student and didn't get job on campus. What should I do after graduation? Apply in more companies, reach out to more people, make better personal projects, and keep on applying and making better resumes, making more connections on LinkedIn. I think that's the only way path forward. Somehow try to attract audience and drive them towards you getting at least getting an interview, and that way I think it would be helpful. Okay, Anuj is asking that in one video I can recap question in one video, most asked question. Sorry Anuj, I don't understand what you're asking. Okay, Purvesh is asking that, hi sir, I'm trying to get a full-time job after graduation from Canadian college diploma, but not getting any response since last 6 months. Purvesh, Canadian economy is pretty bad right now. Jobs are not that much. But with that being said, there is still hiring going on, but you need to be really good at it. So personal projects, better personal projects, more connections, and reach out to more people. Also, uh, ask, number one thing, ask for referrals, but many times even after referrals you also a lot of times don't get interview calls. I have noticed that. So that's why you need to apply at a lot of different companies. Back in the day when I was applying for jobs, someone told me that key is simple: 100 resumes. So 100 times you need to apply with curated resumes, and then 10 interviews and one job. Now I think the scenario is that maybe like 3,000 resumes or 3,000 applications, 10 interviews and one job. So the second portion is still same, but first portion is different, substantially different. That instead of applying for 100 companies, now you might have need to apply for at least 3,000 companies before you get interview calls. And every time you might need to do something better with your resume. Check ATS score. So there is much more effort at your hand. But if you just graduated from Canadian college and in a diploma, I would recommend you to start getting job quickly, at least for your PR purposes, because the rules are becoming tougher and tougher. So hopefully you can find something quickly. Okay, Amit Sarah is asking that, sir, I had 1 year contract based job in a startup, Mern Tech. For last 3-4 months, I have been looking for jobs, but now I feel lost. What should I do next? Please answer. I think you still need to keep looking, man. Yeah, 3-4 months not seeing any interviews because overall economy has been kind of turbulent, so there were not too many jobs, but who knows, they might come back. At least keep applying. So more companies you need to apply, and if you try to broaden your skill set, Mern Stack is good, but also see if you can adapt to some other backend technologies and other tech stacks, so that you can add more things on your resume and justify those things in an interview. So yeah, that would be my suggestion. Purvish Mangrolia is asking that one more question. If you could suggest me to make better resume according to Canadian IT job market for a fresher, have done one co-op also. If you already done co-op, that's great. Add lot of skills in your co-op, and like all the things that you worked upon. Also try to in terms of resume, I would say like ATS score is a must. So whenever you are applying for a job, just make sure that ATS score matches with the description, and if you try to get internal referrals, that would be even better. And Anuj Pal is asking that, sir, I want most ask interview coding questions in one video. I think I already have that for as part of like Neat Code 150. So Neat Code 150 series, I wanted to create just one massive video with all the Neat Code 150 problems. But the thing is, because of YouTube's restriction on my channel, I cannot upload a video longer than 12 hours. So that's why I had to break it down into 4 pieces. But yeah, if you want a video with like most asked interview coding questions of all time, just solve my Neat Code 150 playlist. Yeah, it would be useful. Sir, please make this video available to watch later. I don't know how to. Oh, I don't know how to make this available to watch later. Is this something you can do on YouTube? Because I'm not sure how to do it. So I'll try to figure it out. Okay, next thing is, one of one is asking that which is the best Fang or well-established startup. There is not one straightforward answer, because Fang has a lot of perks, lot of good pay, good benefits, brilliant people, nice tech stack, whatnot. But there are few drawbacks as well. It's difficult to get in. Work, you can get laid off at any time. There is like very little like safety net. Many people have complained about being burned out. So yeah, that's that, if that is something that you prefer. Now in terms of startup, number one, there is potential of becoming like mega millionaire. Maybe look at some because remember, Facebook and Google used to be startups, and somebody joined Facebook and Google when they were startups. Now second thing is, there is also high risk high reward. Because 80% of startups fail, so you never know if you are in that current sweet startup or not. What if your startup never makes it? So that is a risk. But the thing is, as I would say, as part of basically I would I want to say that as part of any particular what I want to say. Okay, let me just clear my train of thought. As part of any particular questions basically that we are trying to currently solve in startup are going to be quite interesting, because you would be working on 10 different things. In Fang, there is very high likelihood that you are working on already well established team or project. So there is a path moving forward, but in startup you get to learn a lot of new interesting things. And in terms of solving your problem, I would just say apply at Fang and startup at both the places. See whichever one you get first, and then try to apply for the other place if you are still not happy with what you currently have. Okay, so yeah, that would be my suggestion. Okay, next, Amit Sarah is asking that live stream can be uploaded automatically by YouTube. Please don't make it unlisted. Yeah, I would make my live stream public, so you would be able to see it, watch later. Purvish is asking that, sir, I have sent you request to review my resume on LinkedIn. If you could just check once, that would be great. Thank you so much. Yeah, I mean, Purvish, I think I did remember seeing your message, but like I had my birthday come in, and that's why my LinkedIn got flooded with happy birthday messages. So I'm here to go through all the questions. Now, what I will do on my side is I will try to make sure that I'll see your resume, but I want to make one thing clear, that I won't be able to do it for every single person, because honestly it takes my time is very limited. Right now it's almost 1 a.m. when I'm doing this live stream, and that too after being tired throughout the entire day. Like, I have two young twin daughters, so that takes up a lot of time. Plus I have to take care of my family, spend time with my family, work on this YouTube stuff, and also work on my actual full-time job. I like up until I would say last 2 months back, I was also doing frequent Uber. So I have stopped doing that as like being an Uber driver, but I used to do that for some extra cash. And now I want to make more effort on my YouTube. So I will see if I can check your resume. But yeah, the main aim is to basically help you show the path forward. Yeah, so I'll try to do that. Okay, now Bella is asking that, sir, how to get high paying software engineering jobs for someone who has worked last 4 years in non-IT company but has a BTech in engineering. The funny thing is, it's simple for someone who has like worked in non-IT company for 15 years and also does not have a BTech engineering degree, because IT is the only field where you can learn skills on your own, no matter what your background has been. So we all must have heard about the story of a 90-year-old Japanese. Pick a tech stack, see what you are good at. Are you good at with like backend stuff or front end stuff, or on data analyst side of things, or maybe like project manager or product manager or scrum master? What kind of IT job you want, and then start learning those skills. Once you have those skills, make network around those kind of people through LinkedIn, and apply for a bunch of different jobs. In fact, a lot of people would appreciate the fact that even though you are not working in IT, you learn that new skill on your own, and now you are applying for jobs on that. So that can be, you can turn it around. Like, don't let that treat you as a weakness. And you can also say that, hey, since I've been working in non-IT field, I know how the real world works, and I know that what actual operational difficulties are being faced on the ground, and based on my that experience I can become a better software developer, because I know in my coding how can I make work simpler for that other person. Yeah, so that's just my example. Yeah, next thing Rohan is asking, that does career gap matter? Honestly, it's just going to be one liner question. In an interview, an interviewer is going to ask you that in your career I can see this period of 1 year or 2 years where you are not employed. Why were you not employed? You can have your reasons. You can be that I was feeling depressed and I wanted to find myself, and I went to Himalaya to find myself. I came back. Steve Jobs did that, and he never got questioned that why there was a career gap in your scenario. You can also ask questions, maybe that, hey, I have been working, like I was working frequently, but I had this kid or someone in my family got sick and I needed to take care of them. That was more priority. So I took a career gap. Maybe you learned something, you went back to school, and that's why you have a career gap. Maybe you got laid off and you are not able to find employment. You have a career gap. That's justifiable. Just be honest and be sincere in your answer, and say it with the conviction that I know that this is part of my career, but that does not define my career. My career is defined by what I currently have. So yeah, that's how I would approach. Okay, Bella is asking that for Java developer, what are the tech stack you need? Yeah, so you need basically Java, core Java, advanced Java, or maybe one or two frameworks in Java. So I think Spring Boot is pretty popular these days. Maybe you also need understanding of some cloud concepts, because yeah, Java is one thing, but you also need your code to be deployed somewhere. So some understanding of DevOps, some understanding of system design. Yeah, so those kind of things. So there is not one set of answer to this question, but if you want to know that what are the common technologies to learn, you can just go on LinkedIn, search for Java developer jobs in your country, and see at least like 10 postings, and you would be able to see patterns that, hey, these are the common technologies that are being frequently asked. And then yeah, just you can ask those questions and start preparing. Okay, now Dream Puller is asking that I'm in final year, should I focus on DSA or development? Both actually. So in terms of your, because you are in your final year, number one thing is you are looking for a job, and number two thing is you also wants to be ready in case Fang or Mang opportunities comes along. So what I would suggest is, number one, try to make sure that how you can quickly get a job. For first, you don't want to be in a situation where, hey, I'm only going to get a job if Fang opportunity comes along. So that's number one thing that I would do. Now number two, second thing I would recommend is that keep doing both the things, because since you are already a student, apart from studying, I don't think you have much things to do, man. You have time at your hand. Utilize your time wisely. Yeah, you of course go out with your friends, party, do all sorts of things. You are young, it's the age to do things, right? But also be sincere that you have a career that you're trying to build on, and your family can benefit if you get employed. So keep that in mind. Do both the things, focus on both the things. I would say being more focused towards finding a job rather than just focusing on DSA. That would be the answer. Okay, Bella is asking that, but all jobs ask for IT experience 1 or 2 years, even as a fresher. I mean, that's the harsh reality. So, Bella, if you don't have experience, make some experience by personal projects. You can, I give you an example. And now if you're looking for a Java developer position, try to show that, hey, I created this Java app that does this thing, and this is how I was able to deploy it, and create some blog post or create some bunch of different posts on LinkedIn. Also share your GitHub repository on your interview whenever you present it over there. And in your job experience, you can also share that how having an IT background help you in your current non-IT job as well. So there are like pros and cons on how you can um, make your experience count for the job you are looking for. And that's something that, yeah, I think you need to be slightly bit of craftiness is a bad word. I want to say like smart about it on how to approach it. Okay. Respect Bharat is asking that Neat Code 150 is enough for DSA 4 videos. I think Neat Code 150 is enough to cover all the DSA patterns and questions. Now, is it going to be enough for you to be able to solve all the technical interviews? Of course not. You should be able to know when you are ready on your own. So it's something that you can predict, but that's a good start. Like Neat Code 150, it covers all the important topics, questions, and once again, I tip my head towards Neat Code for creating that. It's pretty good. Now Gopal Kumar is asking me that, sir, pass out in 2024, still unplaced, how to get job as a fresher. Gopal, if you like go back in my video, I think I have already answered this question. So yeah, it's just I don't know the correct timestamps, but yeah, I think just like maybe go back half an hour. I have been answering this question quite a few times. Now Manas is asking that, sir, as a fresher, job requires so much tech stack, even DevOps is required. So how much tech is required? That's a good question actually, because I have seen that, and even the job postings that we have done in our own company that I currently work at, I have also seen this. Companies are going to need people who know everything, but it's not possible for one person to know everything, right? But person should be able to curious enough to be able to learn anything that is being thrown at or needed. So in terms of DevOps, even though you are not familiar on how to write like the complete YAML file that does the deployment and go through all the steps, at least you should be aware that what are all the core technologies and how to use them, or at least have those used once or twice, because it's not very difficult to find these things on YouTube. There are, even for DevOps stuff, there are like 3-4 hour videos available. So you can find those. And for your own tech stack, yeah, you can just learn that. And the best way to learn any technology is through projects. So I would say pick a language. That is number one thing: Java, C++, C Sharp, whatever. Then pick a database. So like a relational database and a non-relational NoSQL database. And then try to create a project where you try to integrate that with bunch of different like functionality and core concepts. After that, understand that how you are actually going to zip and create like executable jar files and deploy them on different places. And that's where the DevOps piece comes in. And then once you get to that stage, then learn the next phase, which is like infrastructure as code and how you can make infrastructure more resilient, and try to become more aware about some system design concepts and how to do like secure coding and things like that. So yeah, there are a lot of things to learn. So until you don't have job, keep on learning. The more things you learn, there is higher likelihood that you would be able to secure a job. Okay, the next question is Motive Vibes is asking that I am in the final year and roadmap for cracking Amazon. Oh, so you are going to get Amazon on campus. I think Amazon is one of those companies who hires like most people amongst all the Fang companies. Number one thing, you should be able to clear the online assessment. That's where the DSA comes into the place. Now, Amazon also has like a decent bar for behavioral questions. So number one thing, you need to be really good at DSA. That's a given fact. Number two, you need to understand their behavioral question patterns. That's where the STAR methodology comes in, and Amazon has their 14 leadership principles. So understand that what those leadership principles are, how you can best put yourself in a situation if you have to incorporate those in an actual job, and then try to create some good stories around those questions. So yeah, those are the things that you need to understand. And yeah, I think in terms of cracking Amazon, yeah, there are hundreds of Amazon interview questions. So see that. And yeah, utmost important things are two, DSA and behavioral questions. System design portion would be good, but since it's an on-campus and you are a fresher, they don't expect you to be great at system design, but it would always be beneficial if you know the broader concepts and different trade-offs. So do that. Okay. Now the next question that I'm talking about. Sir, I'm trying since 7 months for job and converted patterns like sliding window, hashing to pointer, binary, and recursion entry level of job. So Anupam, since you have been trying since 7 months for a job, have you been successful in getting interviews? That's the number one question. So if you can do that, then I think we can talk about the other things. So yeah, let me know if you have been uh, successful in getting interviews. Okay. Hmm. Okay, Bella is asking that will AI affect Java developers? How can we utilize AI or Gen AI for Java? Bella, that's a much broader conversation on will AI affect developer roles in general. Right now, AI does not have capability to replace an engineer or a developer, but you would be replaced by a developer who uses AI if you don't use AI. So that's the number one thing here that you need to understand, that you should be able to leverage AI at best. So if you have access to Copilot, try to see how Copilot can make your work better. That's number one thing. Number two thing, if you don't have access to Copilot, see how quickly or how easily you can basically, I would say, start. So how quickly or how easily you can basically start leveraging different AI that is all available to you. So all I want to say is AI is AI will not replace you right now. Who knows, in 5 years, maybe AI replace everyone. I don't know. But since you already have tools available, why don't you just use it? So yeah. Okay. Now UK is asking that, sir, I'm about to enter fourth sem. I'm into competitive programming, which is pretty good. Can I skip web development? I want to go into machine learning, need guidance. Yeah, man, you UK, if you already know what you want, just focus on that area. Now I can't say from your courses perspective, since you are in fourth sem, you still have four more sem to go. Maybe you have some course dedicated to web development that you anyways needs to clear in order to get a degree. So at least you need to do that. But if you want to go in machine learning, start learning Databricks, start learning like different how to handle like large sums of data and machine learning and ML ops and AI ops and bunch of different things. If you're pretty much interested into that, go for it. And if you're since you're already a competitive programmer, it's going to be a huge benefit when you are actually sitting in an interview. So yeah, that's good. Now YouTube Sai is asking that, sir, I want to crack Microsoft. I have clear idea about how to prepare for DSA, but can you suggest about projects related to Java stack? Now the thing is, you can pick any project you want and make it a Java project. Language doesn't care what technology you are trying to build. So you can pick something like a movie theater application or movie theater website, implement it using Java. You can use like Java to basically deploy your code through Android. So yeah, do that. And since you are applying for Microsoft, yeah, Microsoft has presence across all the languages. So .NET would be my recommendation if you are only targeting Microsoft. But Microsoft also hires a lot of people who has Java background. Like I had Java background and I had no problems working at Microsoft. So yeah, it can be done. Okay, Nishant is asking that is it possible to join SDE1, a guy who has 4 years of support engineer? Man, anyone can become SDE1. You just need to have the skills, no matter what your background has been. So yeah, go for it. Uh, Roshan is asking that how do we get successful interviews from product-based companies for Java full stack developer? I'm getting mostly calls from consultancies for MNCs, but no product-based companies. That's a good question, actually. And in my personal opinion, I think the answer lies within the kind of resume that you currently have, and how you actually approach the product based companies, because product based companies want really smart people, because they want their product to be latest and greatest in the entire world. Speaking about MNCs or other type of companies, they usually don't really care that much when it comes to basically like dedicated tech stacks, like especially consultant. Of course, consultancies hire smart people, but product based companies hire even smarter people. So I would just say make better resume, and even if you get into consultancy, you can still work for a product based companies, help them out, and try to get employment through that way. So of course, if you are getting interviews, even at the other place, I would recommend at least have a job and then apply at different places. Okay, next question is once again Anupam. So interview very less, one or two, but I've covered above patents. I'm trying to cover tree graph. I want entry level job, but it requires advance. I mean Anupam, number one thing, you need to get more interviews in my opinions. So uh, apply at more companies, make better network, but try to aim for gaining more interviews. And then yeah, of course, in terms of topics, cover everything. Don't leave anything for chance. If I'm applying for a fresher job position, let's say I have two candidates. One candidate knows all the basics DSA and the other candidate knows all the basic DSA and the advanced DSA. What is the likelihood that I'm going to pick the second candidate? Very high, right? So be the second candidate, be the person who knows more. Since you I'm sad to say that since you don't have a job right now, at least you have time. Utilize that time wisely on gaining more skills. Okay, now Gana Prakash is asking that I'm a fresher interning at a well known company for about a month. My goal is to join Google. What do I prepare? When to apply? I'm planning to stay in the company I'm interning right now. So, and okay, so Prakash, I want to say one thing. It's good that you currently have a well known company position. That's a good thing, right? Now, Google is very notorious in giving jobs. I have known people, very smart people, who have been able to crack like Meta and Amazon and all the other companies who applied to Google. Google made them wait for 6 months to a year, and their application got stuck in maybe team meeting or something. So what I would say is, whatever job you are currently working, try to learn as many things as you can. Now when it comes to Google, there is no particular time when it's right for you to getting a job. So try to see if you can get referrals from an employees, because with one referral in Google you can apply for three positions. I think that's what the rule is. And once you have those, just keep on looking at the Google website for the job openings. Whenever you see a job that where you would be really fit, yeah, just keep on applying, and hopefully you land an interview. But don't put all your hopes on Google alone, because as I said, they are the most notorious amongst all the Fang companies in terms of handing out offers. And I think there is a very clear reason for that. They are like the one of the most prestigious. I wouldn't say they are the most prestigious company, but yeah, they are pretty good, pretty darn good on who they hire. So Okay. Durga is asking that I am an automation engineer. How to switch to developer? Currently, I'm doing Azure DevOps course. What is your suggestion to move to development or DevOps? Yeah, I think both are good fields. I would recommend, since you already are doing DevOps, try to look more for DevOps related roles. And since you are an automation engineer, I think it would be a logical fit. From automation and DevOps to development is like a longer leap than from development to DevOps is, because DevOps, in my opinion, is more easier to grasp. I'm not saying that development is not easy, but DevOps is like relatively easier to grasp. So yeah, if you want, like, DevOps would be like the first choice, and still if you have time at hand, also try your hand at as a developer. So it would be like both benefits. Okay, now Roshan is asking that what is the best platform to get jobs for experienced guys? 8 years. Wow. Not getting anything from LinkedIn, with open to work and with premium too, though Naukri only getting for MNCs. Roshan, like, in my personal opinion, I have only used LinkedIn throughout my career. I have about like 10 plus years of experience. Mostly like in early career, I used to get a lot of rejections, but then most of the time I have been able to find employment through LinkedIn. Also, as I have grown more mature in my experience, I have relied more on personal referrals. So what do I mean by personal referrals is people with whom I have worked in my previous roles, and then I would reach out to them saying that, because I know that person very well, I would reach out to them asking them for that, hey, do you have any openings where I might be fit? And I have mostly been able to find jobs that way. I haven't experienced like Naukri.com or Indeed or anyone, so I can't really say much that how efficient they are. But yeah, I mostly, but again, I am in North American market, and I would say LinkedIn is pretty prevalent over here. Okay, next question is, in India everyone wants to be an employee. How can we build our own empire, and how can we scale to millions of people? Please share your thoughts. Like, fun or fun, I haven't done that, so I don't know how to do it, because I haven't done that. Right now, if you want to build your own empire, number one thing I would recommend is like, understand there are a lot of good government programs going on. Startup India, Make in India. So see if you can leverage something out of it. Also, I would recommend you watching like good series, like something like Pitcher, TVF Pictures, to gain the actual insight. Even though it's like comical, but it's really good on showing the other side of how does entrepreneurship works, and see that how that life works out. Then read the books, see how others did it. I haven't done it, so I don't know how to build an empire, to be honest. Yeah, if you figure it out, let me know. I would be curious to learn. And Inshu is asking that roadmap for 2 month DSA for a service based company. Like, if you want to complete the entire DSA in 2 months, um, it depends on what kind of interview that the company is going to ask. So, um, if it's something like Fang company, I would just say it would be really tough to complete within 2 months. But if it's something just like they are only looking that, hey, at least you have decent amount of knowledge of DSA or not, yeah, it's easily doable. So I can recommend the Neat Code 150 series that I have. That's a really good starting point. Now, since you only have 2 months, and I can't say when my 60-hour course would go live on Free Code Camp, so yeah, I can't make any promises over there. But yeah, Neat Code 150 would be my recommendation if you just want to cover all the topics in DSA. But just make sure that you are able to solve them on your own. And with that question, I don't see any more questions popping up on my chat. So I would wait for 1 more minute. It's already 1:27 a.m. I'm getting pretty tired, so I'm prone to ending this stream, but I want to make this like a recurring event. So what I can do is I'll create more frequent live streams, and hopefully you can find advantage out of it. Now I have one request to make, and that is I I don't want to publish any courses or do anything like that. Now, if you have, number one thing, if you have financial means, see if you can become member of this channel. So that way, at least I get some compensation for my time. But that too, again, if you only have the financial means, if you don't have financial means, just I will continue and I will always put my stuff for free on YouTube. And I want to make one thing very clear. Just do not go for Code Monk Academy. They are like the scammiest people. So they use my video, they downloaded it from YouTube. I never gave them consent. Neither I have any affiliations with them. So yeah. Now issue is asking stack, linked list, queue, array is enough. No, it's not enough. You need to know trees and graphs and dynamic programming, and what if they ask those questions, right? So since you already have 2 months, why not spend time going through all? There are like 15 topics, and in terms of total video length, it's about 40 hours. So 40 hours is very easily doable in like 2 months. It's actually doable within a week. So if you just want to go through the videos, but if you want to go through self preparation, yeah, 2 months is sufficient time to cover all the topics. Okay, next question is how much time should it take to complete DSA? I'm in 4th year. I have been doing DSA and I have been trying DSA in 2 years, but still don't remember much. What should I do now? Mohit, if you are trying to do the DSA, once again, the question is same what issue has asked before you, that number one, are you targeting Fang companies or are you targeting like reasonably easier DSA interview kind of that you want to clear? So it would take at least month and a half to cover all the topics. It would take at least 4 months to be able to solve, I would say, most of the easy and medium problems. And that too, I'm talking about dedicated preparation. Okay, it can take 10 years and still you reach nowhere if you are not dedicated. But I'm saying that, let's say if you're dedicatedly preparing, within 6 months you can become ready for Fang if you are smart. Now if things don't come to you naturally, it might take longer, but you have to keep on practicing. So I can suggest that. Okay, next question is it necessary to get in depth of the concept or DSA? How important projects are? Projects are significantly important because they help tell the story that you can take something on and finish it to the end. DSA is a very small part of the actual job. Like honestly, I don't even know why Fang companies rely so much on the DSA, but it is the norm, and I'm not here to change the company norms. But the thing is, project is what they want you to finish. DSA is what they want you to do in order to complete the interview, because it's going to be very unlikely where your DSA knowledge would come in picture in an actual work environment. Like it can happen. I'm not saying it will never happen. All the great companies needs exceptional DSA in order for them to perform. But once that's done for day-to-day operation, they're not needed that much. Anyone can be able to confirm that, like who has been working. But you would still need DSA in order to complete your interviews at Fang companies. So if you're targeting strictly Fang companies, I would say DSA is pretty important. If you are able to get a job without DSA questions, as many companies do, that's great. And if you're happy over there, just be like that. Okay, Anil Raj is asking that could you talk about 60-hour course? Will it be enough? So the 60-hour course that I'm going to create, that would be published next month, sometimes in Free Code Camp website or YouTube channel. Basically, in that course, I would cover every single DSA topic. I would explain that what that topic is, and what are all the thought process behind that topic, and then I would solve like 10 to 15 interview questions on that particular topic. So in my opinion, that 60 hours should give you the complete picture on what all the questions can be, but you still need to understand, because in an actual interview you are only given the question. You are not being told that this is a dynamic programming question or a graph question or a recursion problem. So you need to be able to identify that pattern. So 60 hours would be sufficient to cover the entire topic, but in order to master the DSA, you have to basically keep on practicing. And that's where the important thing is mock interviews. So you need to do that. Okay. Now Anil is asking that is it necessary to get in depth? I think I already answered that. Okay, Mohit is asking for startup. Yeah, so I think in startup you can actually ask the recruiter that, hey, what is the expectation from the interview and what kind of questions they're looking for. Are they asking for technology specific questions, or are they going to be asking me for DSA interview questions, and I can prepare accordingly. So yeah, that, and treat your I would say treat your own recruiter or HR as your friend. You can ask whatever question you want, and it would be useful. Okay, Amar Nani is asking that can I mug up lead code 450? I mean, man, why do you want to put so much effort in mugging up 450 questions? And what if the question is like similar to 450 but not exactly that? You would be stuck. Instead, I would much rather suggest you focus on the patterns on which those questions can be asked. So yeah, hopefully that answers your question. Okay, now I'm going to be waiting like 2 more minutes. Once again, any more questions, feel free to ask. If not, I'm getting like a little bit tired, so I would end my chat over here. But I will promise you that I'll do it. I'll do recurring live streams where you can ask any career questions, and I would be more than happy to answer it. Now, Ishu is asking how to identify DSA question, which type of pattern to fit for the question. That only comes with practice. Like Virat Kohli doesn't know that whether the ball is going to be out swinger or in swinger the first time he went to play on the pitch. He only knew it by practicing thousands of hours. So yeah, I wouldn't say you need to put thousands of hours for DSA, but you need to put good chunk of hours. Okay, Anil is asking that there are so many role, not only software engineering, if someone is struggling for it, so how to choose the right way? I mean, in my opinion, software engineering is not the only thing. So keep your options open, and be curious. Many times you can find exceptionally good career as a product owner, or as a cyber security analyst or whatnot, right? Data engineer. There are hundreds of different paths. So see what interests you the most. At least be curious to understand what that role is demanding, and see if that is like a good I would say good match with your skills and what the actual role needs. Like in IT there is a position for let's say Scrum Master or Project Manager. It's a good position. I personally, I would not be fit because that's just not my style. But someone else might be. So yeah, it's always up to individual that what is the right path for you. And software engineering is not the whole IT industry. So yeah, just understand that. Smail is asking C# or Java in Canada. Actually, both. Java is most widely used. That's what I've seen in Canada. But I've also seen like good chunk of .NET as well. So, and if you know one object-oriented language, you know the other object-oriented language. It's not one or the other. So it's very easy to learn. But I think if you are learning for a new language, I would recommend Python if you can, because Python has a lot of applications. It's not only limited to just like object oriented programming. It's also being used in like machine learning and DevOps pipelines and stuff like that. So Python is a good language. Next question is how to get a job in DevOps as a fresher. Is it easy to get into DevOps role as a fresher? I mean, kind of, sometimes if you get lucky. Like I've seen a lot of DevOps positions for freshers as well, and their expectation is to find someone who has the good core DevOps concepts and maybe have done some personal projects, and who is willing to learn. So I would recommend you at least pick some tech stack and then um, uh, start applying for DevOps position. It's doable. Issue is asking that project for Jetpack Compose. Um, I'm not sure what does that question means. Oh, it's for the Android Jetpack. Oh, okay. Yeah, so you can make any project, honestly, issue. So a simple project in my opinion would be any game, like something like Flappy Bird or something. If you can do it, pretty awesome, right? Looks so good. You can also do something maybe like I would say something fun or something that solves a problem. So, if you, let's say, if you live in shared accommodation, splitting expenses is pretty common. So maybe you can create an app that splits expenses for you and your friends. And then you can just publish it on Android. So yeah, that would be useful. So you can do it there. Uh, okay, and Art says this today. Oh, okay, thanks. Yeah, I'm also feeling a little bit sleepy. So thanks for all the wonderful comments. Now, unfortunately, it's almost like 2 a.m. So I need to go and sleep. So I won't be able to, like, I think the current questions I have, I think I have pretty much answered them in my previous discussion. Uh, I'll I'll make another live stream and I'll do this recurring with like everyone else. So hopefully, yeah, everyone can benefit from it. Now, still, I would recommend, let me know in the comments what do you feel about it. Also in the comments, just mention what are the next topics I can cover, and I would be able to do cover it in my next live stream. And meanwhile, till then, I'm signing out. Take care.